Hi, folks. Papa Tom again with a continuation of my telling you all about myself and my life. I don't know, it's a little embarrassing, but it's true. I'm giving you the way it is. I tell you, there's two things that make a big success out of you. One is hard work, and the second is honesty. Well, when I left the cable company, I was unemployed. I had a wife. I had a house. I had 3 children at that time. I was in a pickle, and I'd been fired. So obviously they couldn't recommend me to another company. So I thought, okay, I don't like traveling around. I went on interview after interview, and they would hire me, but like they wanted me to be a salesman. They said, look, we'll give you Southern California, and you drive all over Southern California, and you get them to buy our product. And I said, nah, I don't really want to drive all over California. So I went to the next company, and they said, oh, we'll hire you, but we're going to give you Arizona, New Mexico, and Southern California, and you're going to fly and drive and go around and get people to buy our product. And I said, no, I don't like traveling that much. So I thought, what would keep me home? What would allow me to go to work each day and not be a factory job? Although I would take a factory job, but there were none offered, and I had no skills. And I thought, real estate. Okay, I'll go into real estate. Well, as I explained in my life, I laid down a plan of how I would attack getting a job in real estate. I would go to 3 real estate companies. I would interview with each one, then I would come home and decide which one I wanted to go with. So I went to the first one. I won't name them. They're no longer in business. Needless to say, I walked in and the place was empty. So I hollered out, hello, I had an appointment for employment. And a voice boomed from the back, come on back, I'm in the manager's office. Well, I went in, and no offense, but he had on a blue shirt with his name over the pocket circled in red, and he had on white socks and black shoes, and he had his shoes up on the desk, and he was leaning back in the chair, and the first thing he said was, I'm going to make a millionaire out of you. You're going to make a fortune. You come to work for our company, blah, 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 blah. Well, I thought, this guy's an idiot. Bye. So I went to the second one. Well, this was nice. I walked in, there was a nicely dressed lady in a very beautiful office, and the owner had seen me on TV when I had that job, and he says, come on in my office. I heard this booming voice from another office, and I went in there, and he's in a suit and tie, and he's sitting in a very nice office, and the first words out of his mouth were, I'm going to make a millionaire out of you. I'm going to make you rich. I'm going to make you this and that. And I thought, oh boy, here we go again. The first guy was going to make a millionaire out of me, and he showed me nothing. This guy's going to make a millionaire out of me, and he's showing me everything. Last thing I wanted to be was a millionaire. All I wanted was a job. Okay, so I said, thank you very much. Well, I was ready to go home. I had it. But no, I said, I always set down the rules, and then I follow my plan to the end, and then go from there. So I thought I have one more interview that day. So I thought I would go and interview with them and get it over with, and then go home and continue looking for a job. So I went to the third man, and he looked at me and he says, so you want to go into real estate? I says, he's not going to make a millionaire out of me. No, he says, it's a very hard job. He said, you probably won't make a dime the first 18 months. Have you got enough money to live for 18 months? And I thought about the $3,000, and I said, yes, I do. Okay, well, you've passed the first test. He said, the second thing is your wife has to be behind you 100%, because you're going to put in long hours. You're going to be doing a lot of work, a lot of leg work, a lot of talking to people, and making no money for at least 18 months. That's typical in this business. So I said, okay. He said, why don't we have dinner with you and your wife? I said, well, that sounds interesting, a free dinner. I'm unemployed. Sure. So my wife and I went to dinner with him, and he told her, he says, your husband wants to get into real estate. That's a tough business. And it takes 18 months, probably with no income. And he's got to know that you're behind him, that you believe in him, that you want him to be a success in real estate. And she said, well, I do. I do have faith in him and in his ability, and I think he'll do well. I back him. So we're on the way back home, and I thought, well, this guy, sure, first he wanted to know if I had enough money. Second, he told me I wouldn't make any money until I was around for 18 months. He's yet to mention that I would become a millionaire. This sounds like a job I would like to have. I can make a comfortable living. So I went to work for that company, and the rest is history. I worked for him for a number of years, ended up going with another company, worked for them for a number of years, had a gentleman who owned the franchise offer me the franchise. Again, I went through tough times. Do I want to? By then I'd been divorced. I'd been single for a number of years. I was married again, very happily, still am. 35 years now, been married to the same woman. And I thought, well, I don't know. Do I want to or do I not want to? Do I want to? Do I not want to? So again, pillow talk. Do we want to? Do we not want to? It's a big gamble. It's a big chance. I won't just be selling. I'll actually own the company. I'll run it. I'll hire. I'll fire. What shall we do? Well, we pondered it for a week. And after a week, I said, we really only make one decision. Do I want to or do I not want to own the company? And I thought about it for about 15 minutes. And I thought, I'd like to own the company. Okay, then we'll do it. So I went in, and here's the proposition to show you how bright I was. The company was losing $6,000 a month. I had to earn $6,000 a month just to keep the company afloat. And he wanted a price for the company that I had to pay him $10,000 a month. And he wanted it effective immediately. That was his retirement. Okay, let's see. I'm buying a company. I have to come up with $16,000 a month. That's ridiculous. But I did say I want to own the company, so I said, okay. And I like to work hard, and my wife likes to work hard. So the two of us tackled it. The rest is history. The rest is what you learn in following the iPods. This iPod, from the triangle, which I start out with, and each and every lesson is a lesson that I was exposed to, but maybe at the moment didn't grasp. But once I own this business, I started to grasp these lessons that I had been given all my life, but never acted on. And I started acting on them. I started understanding what they meant. And I want to bring this to you so that you can start at an early age and grow and become, as I am today, a multimillionaire, very wealthy, very happy, and very content. Although I started out very, 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 very poor, I ended up, as I say, comfortable. Now, when you're a multimillionaire, you're not necessarily mean you could just fly in jets around the world and helicopter in and out and have fun. No, but you can have a very comfortable life, and that is what I have. And that is what I want to share with you and tell you how I did it and how you can do it. And it's not that hard. But you do have to work, and you have to be honest.
You gotta say goodbye at the end. That's why I like turning it off, because then it's almost like you giving me a signal is like telling them,